Here we go, the first video of 2018. And what I have here is completed up my unit of commandos built with the Kromlech bits. So this is going to be my train to Nick's New Year's painting challenge. Nick over at Idic Beer, 40K. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to probably be working on these guys anyway. I don't know how long they're going to take because they're going to be a little harder to paint than usual, but I will slowly be working on these. I've been ramping up, and I've got a lot of Dark Angel stuff I'm working on actually. I got about 11 infantry guys to do, roughly. So I'll be working on the Dark Angel stuff and this stuff intermixed over the course of the next couple months. So let's talk about these Kromlech bits. So they are with the Kromlech backpacks and gas mask heads. I got 2 sets of 6 backpacks and 1 set of 10 heads. The backpacks are only 3 designs though, so of the 12 that I got, there's only 3 different ones, so that means there's 4 copies of each style. And they cleaned up really well. They fit really well. I did have to modify the back of the models, kind of trim off any, especially trim them down a little bit, especially anything that's stuck up or stuck out, like the one that has a circle plate. I had to carve that down, or the one that has the ring joining the 4 straps. That one had to get shaved down. But once they shaved down the back a little bit, they glued right on, nice and solid. They fit really well. There was minimal flash because I think I think there's a 1-piece mold because there was no mold line, but there was a little bit of flashing here and there. And a couple bits of mold got stuck in there too, and a couple of them. So, but yeah, overall, I mean, the casting quality was awesome on both these and the heads. There are 5 heads, so there's 2 of each, and they are a bit bigger than the stock GW heads. So some of the arms didn't want to fit. Oh, that was a big thing, was getting the arms on because of the way the backpacks are. Like right here, especially, you can see it where the arm is hitting that little bag on the side of it. Your options for posing the arms are a lot more limited than they would be without them. So that's something to take. I was not expecting, and so a lot more of them have their weapons above their heads than normal. So that was the only real downside to using these. My other unit of commandos, all their backpacks are just handmade out of it wasn't green stuff. It was, what was it? It was similar to green stuff. Very similar, but they weren't actually green stuff. It was milliput. That's it. They were made out of milliput and little packs from the boy sprue. That's what it was. So that's my unit of commandos, and so it's a little more unique, a little more rough, but it still gets the same idea across. So, and then I have 2 burners, just straight out of the burner box. Oh, and then of course I had to use 2 plastic heads, so I used this one from the burner box. And here's the other one from the burner box. So, yeah, so the burners are straight out of the box. Made sure and use the best heads I could for that. And then I built 2 knobs, one with power claw, and one with a big chopper. The big chopper is separate for painting here, so it's going to go on here. Probably like this. Something like that. And I did make custom boss poles for these guys. So the Blood Axe boss pole doesn't have the skull thing in the middle. It has like a square with triangles on it. So I decided to go ahead and cast that with instant mold / onion maru, and then I just trimmed this one down because this one comes with stuff on the side. So I trimmed that down and glued that together into a very, very nice Blood Axe boss pole for both of them. And now I have a mold too, so I am all set to go on that. Yeah, so the biggest thing I noticed is, like I was comparing my old commando units to this commando unit, is how easy it is to use these resin bits. I've not really done a whole lot of resin bits over time, and the main reason is just simply cost. These things are normally not cheap. I said I got them as part of a prize from a local tournament, so they didn't really cost me anything. And if it weren't for that, I probably wouldn't buy them, simply because it's easier and cheaper to just make your own out of green stuff or whatever. I know green stuff isn't cheap, but it's not expensive enough that it's a problem compared to these resin bits. And if you use something cheaper like milliput, then you're even better off. And if you can figure out how to use Sculpty or something, you're really, really good shape here. So yeah, that's my unit of Kommandos, because I definitely want to play them. I think they look great. I think the heads, I think everything looks great. I think, as I said, a couple of them are a little bit oversized, I think. And it's going to make getting in there painting difficult. So I probably should have kept the heads separate instead of gluing them down. That's the only thing I would probably do different, is just, I said, keep the heads separate for painting. It probably would make my life a lot easier if I did that. And that's it. So that's my review of the Kromlech bits. That is my unit of Kommandos built. And I will get priming and painting very shortly. Thanks for watching.